this weekend was awesome. It started off good, then it went to great, then it ended awesome. So that was my whole experience that it took me on, and I'm just so happy that I had the opportunity to come and take part in it.
My impressions of this weekend were fantastic. I got to network with a lot of great people here. I got to meet a lot of great instructors. The people that put this together were fantastic. Everything was so helpful. I get to walk away and with a little bit of a knowledge that I didn't have before I came. So I'm really excited to be starting my term as board member.
I think the weekend's great. As a new board member, it was really helpful to be in small groups and be able to ask questions, but have the large group format to get overview information. And the movement around and the different topics that were covered, it just was very helpful to be a little less overwhelmed as to what I have signed up for and volunteered for.
This type of training will come in and actually get your anxiety down, because it now gives you an insight that you normally wouldn't get until you get actively involved in your board meetings. But by having this training and coming in and participating in it, you go in with knowledge already, and you're not going in at the beginning of the playing field. You're going in the first quarter already complete, and you're ready to really rock and roll.
I just want to say I think this was a great weekend, a great opportunity to meet and be on a level ground with other people and learn the things that we might not know, or the things we'd have to question too highly at our local level, but to get a background basis for what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, and what we can and can't do.
As a new board member, I found it very enlightening. Taking on this position, you come into it with a lot of confusion, a lot of wondering what ifs and what you're supposed to be doing, and coming here helps take away a lot of that stress and anxiety and put you on the right track and get you started. So it's a good foundation for a new board member.
This kind of training is very important for new board members. It gives you a scope of every aspect of being a board member. It's very, very helpful, and I think it's definitely a must-do for every new board member coming in.
It's informative. It removes any preconceived notions that you may have as what a board does and how a board functions. The instructors were great in explaining what the role is of the board and how you interact with your superintendent, that your superintendent is basically your one employee, and that's your connection to the principals and the other administrators of the schools.
As far as being a new board member and the responsibilities and what the expectations are, I'd say I'd recommend that get on this orientation as soon as you can after being elected.
The best part of the weekend was being able to communicate with other new board members, because you realize that a lot of other districts have similar issues, so it was nice to get viewpoints from other districts as well.
I thought the training was excellent. It was incredibly fast-paced, never a dull moment. I especially enjoyed the clinics, the small sessions that we had, because everything we learned in the big groups, we were able to put into practice in the small groups to make sure that we all understood what we just learned.
I definitely did like the small group classes that they had today. They were very informative, smaller, very helpful, and our instructor was very good too.
I would recommend the training. It gets you started on the right path, so you're thinking correctly, you're working as a team member with the rest of your board, and what your goals are.
I would recommend it to all board members. I think it's a valuable resource, and just the opportunity to come here and to just be focused on nothing but learning about the process of being a board member and what you will encounter as a board member, I think is an extremely valuable resource for us.
Overall, I think the weekend was excellent training, because I think it provided a lot of information, but it was all relevant information.
I've spoken to other board members who have spoken to me about online seminars, one-day seminars, but I don't think it's as effective as having a 3-day sort of intense program such as you have here, which start on Friday afternoon, concludes on Sunday, and you know what, you may be tired, but you go back to your respective boards and you're definitely more informed and much more effective.
The training this weekend has been extremely vital to what I'm doing, because it's a whole different perspective of what really being on the board is and how it can we can most approach it in the best way.
I've got some new friends, and we're going to kind of keep in touch and see how we are all doing in our own school districts and what we are able to achieve.
I think every board member should be doing this.
I think that was one of the main things, to understand where we need to keep our focus, which is on the children, and to make sure that the children are the primary goal at the end of the day.